So we had great planting conditions. So I've kind of been saying all year we had probably the best planting conditions we've ever had, followed by some of the more challenging growing conditions we've had. So we've not been able to get in the field much at all since this corn was planted. As you can see behind me, this is the last week of May and this corn's starting to tassel. That's something that I've never had happen here. So the corn is progressing very fast. And because of that and because how saturated the soil has been, we've had some challenges about getting the amount of nitrogen out that this crop needs. And so we're actually a little low. We've got about 60% of the nitrogen needs on this corn. So we're behind. Usually at this stage, we've got 80, 90% of the nitrogen out, spoon feeding it a little bit at the end. And we're sitting here today with probably about 40, 45% left to go. And so we're having to make some equipment adjustments. The way we're going to apply the nitrogen, having to make some adjustments there. Down here, fungicide applications are very rare. We've tried a lot of fungicides, have not had a lot of luck. Not saying they don't work, we just haven't been able to make fungicides have a positive ROI every year. And in a year where things are this tight, if things don't have a positive ROI every year, they got cut out. Generally we don't do any insecticides on corn, no fungicides. It is planted. Once we get it laid by, we're just dealing with fertilize. And of course, what makes us unique in the Delta is all the precision level ground and how we irrigate with polytubing, or polypipe as we call it in the South. The way this crop has progressed and how wet it's been, even though we've not been able to get in the field timely with fertilize, the crop has still progressed really fast. Because of that, usually down here where we are, we're going to be harvesting corn. We're north of Highway 82 corridor. Usually we're going to be harvesting corn, at the earliest the first week in August, typically second week in August, just depending on your dryer situation. But the way this corn's progressing is pretty apparent this year that the last week of July that we should be able to get in this corn and go pretty hard. This is 114 day that we're standing in front of. We plant this first to get some early maturing corn in early. Most of our corn, this is going to be the earliest. The latest goes to 120 day. With most of the majority of the corn is going to be in that 116 to 118 day or 120 day. But this is planted earlier, and I expect to be cutting this corn probably the end of the third week in July or the last week in July when we can get in this field and start harvesting.